Each of us has a certain amount of time on Earth to realize our full potential and realize our aspirations. Time passes quickly, and once it's gone, it's gone. No one knows this notion better than a Sigma man, who devotes a considerable amount of time to contemplating it and his true values. This enables him to completely comprehend what he wants from life, how he wants to live, and to spend his time and energy on the things that are most important to him. But in what way? Let's examine 7 ways in which the Sigma male adds value to his own life. Number 7. By finding contentment in solitude. The Sigma guy is content to be with other people and socialize on occasion, or if he needs to accomplish anything he's working towards, but he doesn't place high importance on frequent social connection. Instead, he requires sufficient alone time, especially after a hectic day at work, for it to be worthwhile. His favorite thing to do at the end of a long day is to go home, shut the door, and be left alone while he recharges his batteries and regains his energy. Being known as an introverted form of the alpha male with an abundance of reflection, he thrives in solitude far more than in company. When he has time alone to dwell on the events of the day, his actions, his achievements, and his failures, he becomes a better, more improved version of himself, and he desires to continue this trend. Number 6. By working on himself. Obviously, if someone values his own business, he also adds value to his life by having the time to work on himself and his personal development. He maximizes his time alone by working on initiatives, talents, or ideas that will help him develop or enhance his quality of life. The Sigma guy is concerned with his health, and while you will likely find him working out to stay in shape and his refrigerator stocked with fresh, nutritious food, he is also likely to spend time in nature, meditate, or practice mindfulness. For the Sigma man, self-improvement includes emotional, cerebral, and even spiritual development. While some may think the Sigma's frequent focus on self-improvement to be selfish and self-centered, a true Sigma male could care less about the opinions of others and would not disregard or minimize his own wants, needs, and objectives. Number 5. By becoming self-reliant. What benefit is there in unnecessarily relying on others for survival? According to Sigma male, none at all. Among all the masculine stereotypes, he is the most self-reliant and a natural survivor. As a lone wolf suited to taking care of himself, his independence and capacity to be entirely self-sufficient serve as his guiding principles, and he holds this in high regard. He earns his own money, buys his own food, and pays his own expenses, but he also supplies himself with all the companionship, support, and worth he requires in life. If he requires or desires something, he makes the necessary efforts to ensure he obtains it. He will always find a method to obtain it independently. This is not to say that the Sigma man is unwilling or incapable of seeking help when it is required. Rather, he is highly capable of detecting and resolving his own problems. He avoids relying on others since he firmly believes that the only person on whom one can depend completely is themselves. Other humans can let you down or make mistakes, even inadvertently. Nevertheless, if you have no expectations or requirements of anyone other than yourself, this can help you prevent future issues. He desires to control his own fate and live in a manner that is authentic to himself, which, in his opinion, cannot be accomplished by relying on others. Number 4. By becoming self-aware. One of the ways in which the Sigma male adds enormous value to his life is by knowing precisely what he wants from it. In order to be loyal to who he is and what he seeks, he has carefully considered this matter and made the conscious decision to reject the roles that are required of him by the conventional social hierarchy. This heightened self-awareness increases his capacity to regulate his emotions, especially since he is no longer constrained by the obligation to conform to social norms. Personality-wise, he is self-aware enough to be certain of his strengths and is actively addressing the weaknesses he deems significant. Instead of surrounding himself with other people or making an extra effort to be social, he is more likely to be found alone in his head, analyzing what he can do to improve his perceived shortcomings. Even while he is reflective, that does not imply he never makes mistakes. He is still human, after all. The Sigma male, on the other hand, views error as a learning experience and, consequently, an opportunity for progress, so he is able to correct any failures in judgment and continue unabated on his path to self-improvement. Number 3. By being the captain of his own fate. The Sigma finds value in the ability to shape his reality to his liking, and as a result, he will stop at nothing to achieve his goals. This is partially due to the fact that he does not comply with the social order and its expectations. As a result, he attempts to establish a lifestyle that complements his personality. His blatant disregard for the rigid structures of the social hierarchy enables him to pursue his interests, his creativity, his work, and his relationships without hindrance. This is when his rebellious nature emerges, as he creates his own personal systems that are more conducive to his own needs and goals and complementary to his skills. The Sigma man is incredibly ambitious and, despite his reserved demeanor, he is a fiercely confident individual with unwavering morals and convictions, even when no one is watching. Along with his quality of being an autonomous self-starter, this is one of the reasons why Sigma males are typically found in more senior positions, such as executive and management positions. There is a high proportion of entrepreneurs with Sigma personalities. They would always choose to establish something for themselves rather than working for someone else, and they accomplish so by utilizing their prominent characteristics, such as asserting themselves and persevering despite challenges. His extremely introspective character also makes him an expert at breaking down procedures into actionable stages, and he can detect inefficiency from a mile away, allowing him to tackle the issue before it becomes unmanageable. Number 2. By choosing his conflicts wisely. The Sigma man dislikes drama, and he strives to avoid conflict at all costs since he detests confrontation. He has no time for negative energy. He would much rather devote that time to beneficial endeavors. In spite of this, one way in which the Sigma male adds value to his life is by understanding when to pick his battles. Even though he has a strong aversion to conflict and confrontational situations, he understands that sometimes it is necessary to engage in them for the greater good. He is aware that, on rare occasions, it is important to find a speedier road to resolution, that it is a means to a goal, but he will continue to approach combat in the traditional Sigma manner. He will reply rationally to the issue and express his views and opinions delicately and with great clarity in an effort to swiftly alleviate any negativity or tension. When our time on Earth is so brief, there is no point in creating drama, and the Sigma male feels one of the greatest values is a little conflict and a bright outlook without worrying about the small stuff. Number 1. By living life to the fullest extent. Due to his independence, self-reliance, and unwillingness to answer to authority, the Sigma male adds value to his life by living it to the fullest and flirting with danger when the mood strikes. Not to imply that he is a criminal or a PR problem, but he enjoys taking risks and is not afraid to cross the line. Unlike other masculine types, such as the alpha, the Sigma engages in this risky behavior not to prove himself, show off, or get attention, but because his worldview and personality actually require it. He has no qualms about grabbing his backpack and traveling alone to explore and fully experience all that life has to offer, be it skydiving in Australia, swimming with sharks in Mexico, or riding a motorcycle along Route 66. The risky things he undertakes may appear irresponsible or harmful at times, but they are always calculated and well thought out risks. Even if this necessitates taking careful risks on occasion, the Sigma male will find so much value in living his life to the fullest. Perhaps he has a point. Ultimately, what worth is there in a life that is not genuinely lived?
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.